this tutorial, I'm just going to take a bit of time to explain to you about our Spectrum Noir Blendable pencils. Now these are a wax-based high quality pigment pencil and they come in tins of 24 and we have 5 different colour options. Now if you're just going for them to begin with, we recommend starting with either the essentials or the primary selection. And then once you've started with the basic pencils, you can add to your collection depending on what sort of designs you colour the most. We also have a floral tin, we have a nature collection and a marine collection as well. And if I just show you the sort of colours that we're looking at here. Now these sheets are available to download on spectrumnoir.com, and we do have the printed versions, but once you get the tins you can colour in your own so you can see exactly what colour effect you're getting with the pencils. So this is the selection that comes in the essentials, and you'll see that we are giving you a little bit of each one, but we're giving you 3 shades of each colour that we're working with so that you always have a blend. So this is the essentials. You can see the primaries are much more basic colours. This collection here is the floral, so you can see we've got more of our yellows, the pinks and the purples coming into there as well. We also have the nature, which is where you'll start to see the greens and the landscapey colours. And then finally, in the marines, you get a lot of the blues and the additional browns and the extra greys in there as well. So, what I'm going to start off by showing you is how to use these to blend colours together. And I'm going to start with a very, very simple lily. So because we're colouring a floral, I thought we'd go with the floral tin of pencils. And when you open these up, what you'll see is, you can see these are organised by colour family. So we've got different shades of purple, we've got some pinks in here, some oranges, some more skin tony, some yellows and browns in there. But you're always getting 3 pencils in the same blend, and this is to enable you to get a lovely blend together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can colour the lily. So in a purple, so I'm going to go with numbers 83. We'll also go with number 40. So we've got 2 different shades of purple here, a lighter one and a dark one from the collection of 3. And then if we take a nice light one, number 6 for example, I'm going to blend from a very deep purple into a peach, which normally you wouldn't expect to be able to achieve. So if I start off with the lightest colour, I'm just going to colour one of these petals for you to show you how we would go about. Now the trick is with the pencils is hold them right near the end and just colour in nice and lightly, because what we're doing is we're laying down colour, but if we colour too hard, what you're going to do is fill the tooth of the card. And all of this is explained in the tutorial DVD, which is available to in this collection as well. So you can buy the tutorial DVD, which will take you through all of the technicalities in detail. So there's our first lay down of colour. Then I'm going to come in with the lighter purple and again just colour in the centre. And what you'll see is where the purple starts to meet the peach, the 2 colours will layer over top of each other and blend together. And that's how these work. They work by layering the colour to achieve a perfect blend. And if you were going to continue and try and blend these colours together using only the pencils, we'd then come back with the lighter one, and where the 2 come together, we would just blend over again. But I'm going to show you a little bit of a cheat way to achieve a blend as well. Now, to add a little bit of darkness in here, I'm going to come in right in the centre. Now notice I'm holding the pencil a lot closer to the tip here, and I'm going to put some darker purple in. So this is number 83 I'm going in with. So I want to blend from the dark purple to the medium purple and out to the peach. Now you can see how that's starting to blend, and actually if I want to achieve a pure pencil blend, I would just keep continuing over with the pencils very lightly until they shade together. If you want to do it the cheats way, we have a product available called blending solution. And what you do is you use the blending solution in conjunction with the paper stumps that we have. So I'm going to take out a mid-size paper stump. And when you're using the paper stumps, you just want to make sure that you've taken off the last colour that you used. So this is where you would use your sanding block. And actually we've used quite a bit of that sanding block there, so I'll just move on to the next bit of sandpaper, and you can see I can take this right down to a nice clean point as though it was a brand new paper stump. Okay, so my paper stump there is ready to use for blending. Then we're going to use the blending solution. Now you don't just stick your paper stump into the blending solution because that will put too much on. What you want to do is just take some old makeup sponges, make sure they are clean if they are old, and just pour the blending solution onto these so that it soaks in, so that you've got a sponge to be able to pick up. If you see, look from the tip, I can pick up a little bit without oversaturating the stump of the pencil. Then what I'm going to do, starting from the outside working inwards in circular motions, can you see how they are blending together beautifully? And you don't need, your paper stump doesn't need to be overly wet, it just needs to have a little bit of that blending solution on. And we're blending the paler colour into the mid one, and then the dark one into the medium purple. And now you can see how that has given us a perfect blend. Absolutely perfect. Let me show you that again on another one of the leaves. So I'm going to start off with the outside shading. Remember, we're holding this right at the tip of the pencil because we just want a very, very fine lay down. Now, if you are blending these together just with pencils, you're going to go very gently over with the next colour, and where the two meet, you would use the lighter pencil to go over and blend the two together again. However, if we're using the blending solution, essentially what we're doing is we are emulsifying. So the blending solution emulsifies the wax, and it actually breaks down. Emulsify means to break down, so it breaks down all of the wax in the pencil and essentially gets rid of the wax. It's like using turpentine or white spirit with a paint, because what it's doing is it's breaking down all of that wax and leaving you with just the pigment. So what it's going to do is, if you do just use the blending solution, it's going to enable you to lay down more colour than you would otherwise be able to. So you can see once I get to that bit there, if I want to go and make it even darker still, I could come in with another layer of colour because there's no wax left on there now. I'm literally just working purely with my pigment. The blending solution has taken away all of the wax. So you can see there how you can get that beautiful three-dimensional effect and blend from something like a pale peach right up to a dark purple. Now you've seen how the pencils work, let me show you the different effects. This is where we've used just the pencils, and you can see here we've shaded from an orange right into a yellow, or we've shaded the purples together or the blues together. And this is working just with pencils and layering up the pencils. If you want to start and layer pencils and then use the blending solution, let me show you some of the other projects that we've done. So you can see here, working with browns and yellows, how well it works. Or we've got this one here where you can see how you can get the texture in a hair and have the light really bouncing off a jacket using various shades of grey. Each one of these has been coloured with pencils, and you can see the sort of look that you're going to get from these. It's a much softer and more artistic look than you might be able to achieve using an alcohol pen, for example. And we do have alcohol pens in the Spectrum Noir range, but I think you can see the different type of effect you get. It is much, much softer to look at, and whether you're using them just as pencils, or we have another tutorial where you can see how you can use the pencils and the pens together if you are really wanting to step up your colouring. Now these are some examples of some colouring, but to put that into context, let me show you that made into some cards. Now this has been done with the blending solution to blend right to nothing in the centre of the little bear's nose there, and you can see how we get that real textured effect to the teddy bear. Or if you just want a very, very soft artistic coloured feel, you can see how we've achieved that there with this one. Or if you're blending multiple colours together, look how we've blended from a pink right in through a blue into a dark purple. It's all done using the technique I've just shown you on the lily there. This one here is just using pencils on its own, again blended out to nothing. And look at the new colours we've been able to create by blending together different shades of pencils. You can see that's done under craft card. Here's another few examples done under craft card, and you can see what a different look you get. Now that is very soft. This one is a much more intense colour effect under here, and that's because we've held the pencil a lot closer to the nib, so you get a much, much thicker waxy surface. And finally, going very, very artistic, Look what a soft feel you can get using the pencils. I think that just gives you a little bit of a flavour for exactly how these work and the sort of effects you're able to get using the wax-based high-quality pigment pencils, which are the blendable pencils brought to you by Spectrum Noir.